experience to the next level? Introducing Easy Daybot, your ultimate bot for seamless interaction. Whether you're live on Twitch or chatting on Discord, Easy Daybot's dynamic responses open up a whole new world of possibilities. Engage with your community like never before through unique prompts, custom reactions, and endless fun. It's the bot that understands you. Make every day an Easy Day download now at easydaybot.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Makoni.
We now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MakoniSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome to the Tier 1 Racing League, where precision, competition, and innovation come together to create the ultimate iRacing experience. Every race, every battle, and every moment in T1TS, T1L, T1X, and special events is brought to you by Tier 1 Studios, the premier destination for professional high-quality broadcasts. Tune in and experience racing like never before. Explore everything we have to offer at Tier1RacingLeague.com. From race schedules and standings to event galleries and league signups, it's all there at your fingertips. Join the competition, watch the action, be part of the legacy. Tier 1 Racing League, where champions are made.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway, the home track for NASCAR as we're set for 120 laps. And welcome to Tier 1 Racing League. It's the Tier 1 Truck Series. Bryson Colwell here alongside producer Brett, going to bring you great action tonight as we've got points battles heating up as we get closer to the playoffs. You got to make 7 of 9 races. Joseph Madigan's already won 3 of those so far this season, 3 in a row. The last time I was with you, he won at Bristol, and of course Chicagoland last week. Jeff Nairn in second, right behind him. Austin Wheeler, Eddie Baker, and Greg Wood Jr. round out your top 5. Ryan Honeycutt in the 51. He is in 6th, but Ryan probably going to have to drive a little conservative tonight as he is the second race into his 3-race probation here in the Tier 1 Truck Series. As qualifying going on in the background here in Concord, North Carolina. Coming to you virtually on YouTube. Next week, we'll be with you at Auto Club, Talladega. Everybody loves a super speedway coming up. And then wrapping out the season will be IRP. The round of 8 will blow into Kansas, then down to Phoenix, North Wilkesboro, and Homestead will wrap up the season. It's a win and you're in series to the playoffs. Of course, you do have to make 7 of the 9 races. We're already very close to race number 7. Actually, yeah, next week would be race number 7. Mentioned qualifying underway on this cool evening, 69 degrees, only a mile an hour of wind. Shouldn't see any rain. Of course, you never know on iRacing. This mile and a half. I was talking to guys like Eddie Baker and Kevin Coleman earlier. Usually these trucks able to hold it wide open, but a cool night tonight, a little slippery. He said they're going to have to get out of the throttle just a little bit, which you like to see, some off-throttle time, as the 99 there finishing up his run. Ramsdell right now at the top of the board, followed by Collins. Ooh, and right as I said that, Berube knocking the 83 off the top spot. So we'll run through it here as Berube will back it down, cool it off, and the 6 of Zach Woods backing down from, oh wow, somewhere in Pennsylvania. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. John Garrett coming to you from Athens, Texas. He'll back it down and cool it off. We're going to pick up Greg Wood Jr. looks like he's in the middle of his run. Cody Mitchell. He's running that Dale Jr. throwback. And the 3 is Scott Milliken from St. Louis, Missouri in his F-150. Looks like Fanatics on the hood tonight. And there's your points leader. Right now, your top 5, Berube, Ramsdell, Collins, Nairn, Honeycutt. And then followed by Eddie Baker, Fuller, Hayes, Owens, Magoon, and Madigan. Knocks Magoon out of the top 10 and goes to the top of the board. Not what you want to see if your guys like Jeff Nairn and Austin Wheeler. And that is going to do it for qualifying, so that'll head us into the warm-up. Tonight being brought to you by McConey Setup Shop and McConey Entertainment. McConeySetupShop.com, the home for setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, event promotion, and more. Subscription available as low as $8 a month. That's McConey Setup Shop, the official sponsor of the NASCAR C-Fix Series. So if you are an iRacer, these trucks right here run every week, sponsored by McConey. Tier 1 has McConey under the hood tonight as well. Thanks to McConey for some off-throttle time. Should be fun. There's my buddy Kevin Coleman in the 00 tonight. It's got a brewery on the hood. Caleb Collins out of Canyon, Texas. A lot of Texans in the race tonight. And Chris Cash in the 69. Whoa, almost touched there. Luckily, the warm-up. Let's see. Oh, gotta love the Superflow paint scheme on the number 46. Paul Owens, his debut. And, of course, he started 4 races in the Tier 1 SRX series. Won all 4 of those races, so going to watch him tonight. Maybe a sleeper here in his truck debut. Of course, we've got all these points battles going on, and win and you're in. Plenty of races left for somebody like Paul to qualify for a championship. Just to remind everybody, this is the warm-up. We've had qualifying. Madigan, who's won 3 weeks in a row, on top of the board if you're just joining us. Coming to you live on the Tier 1 Studio. If you're looking to broadcast your races or events in style, Tier 1 Studio has you covered as, whoa, the 35 takes a big ride. Tier 1 has got you covered with professional quality production and passion for excellence. We'll bring your events to life on the Tier 1 Studio, where champions are showcased. What a wild ride, as we mentioned some off-throttle time tonight. And turn 4, always kind of tricky here at Charlotte, as well as the tunnel turn in 1 and 2. Producer Brent with the Choose camera tonight. Should be fun. Under a minute left in this warm-up, and we will have your starting lineup on display here in just a moment. Qualifying just ended, if you're just now joining us. And these guys getting warmed up, going through their final tweaks. As much as you can tweak the setup, that is. Whoa. Goodness. As we end warm-ups with a wall ride. And your starting lineup tonight looks like this. The 76 of Madigan Motorsports, Joseph Madigan, 3 wins in a row for the 76. In the 22, Jordan Berube. Number 83, Dakota Ramsell. Caleb Collins in the number 76. Jeff Narin, number 2 in the points, got a win early in the season for Southern E Motorsports in the 19. Ryan Honeycutt mentioned 2 races left in that probationary period for the 51 of Ryan Honeycutt, so watch for him to not only be patient tonight, but possibly a little impatient tonight. Rolling off in number 7, the Chevrolet of the 84, Eddie Baker. Wes Fuller on his outside in the 35. Jared Hayes in the 46. Paul Owens in the number 30 rounds out your top 10. Magoon Wood Jr. in 11 and 12. Bill Sleep in the number 65 in 13th. The 99 of Joshua Blittner. In 15th, Scott Formosa in the 80. Number 69 of Chris Cash in 16th. 17th, Cody Mitchell in the 44. And the 26 of Jared Callan in 18th. Woods, Coleman, Milliken, and John Garrett round out the 22, folks. And unfortunately, iRacing, sometimes you miss the start. Madigan, the number 76, the points leader, has won 3 weeks in a row, missed the session start. So the 83 will slip up into the first position. And Madigan, like I mentioned, 3 weeks in a row, he has come home with a checkered flag. He's going to start this race from pit lane. We got 30 laps here in stage 1, and we're underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Madigan will begin this race 2 laps down. Ramsdell got a great start. And he will come around to lead lap number 1. Too wide behind him, but pretty much from there, already starting to get pretty organized throughout the field. 19 and the 22, Naren and Berube, been pretty much side by side this whole race so far. Advantage 19, and he clears him. See, the 30, mentioned him kind of as our dark horse tonight, already side by side with Eddie Baker, who we know is itching for a win. They'll battle, I believe, would be 10th. Not quite 10th, but maybe 8th. This is the battle for 10th. Goon trying to make his way up through the field. Didn't qualify as well as he liked. We mentioned the stages, lap 30 and lap 60, and then we'll go to 120 at the end. The battle for 4th, as the 83 overtaken by the 19 and the 22 pretty simultaneously. You see Honeycutt mentioned his probation. Driving pretty clean there so far, able to move up a position. And now try to battle Berube for 3rd. Ramsdale with a big move on the bottom as he will lead lap number 9. Don't look now, but here comes Honeycutt. I know this week in NASCAR we saw a lot of lead changes at 1.5 miles. This is not your typical track that you would see the swapping like we are seeing right now. See, the 30 of Owens has slipped his way into the top 10 or the top 5 pretty quietly. Of course, Brett mentioned to me earlier, as Owens joined the SRX series, ran 4 races, won all 4 of those. How can he do tonight in the 1.5 miles? And looked like we had somebody back there hit the wall, and we will have a caution. Out of the racetrack, a couple of cars piled up in the back on lap number 10. We'll take a look here at the replay. Looked like the 69 of Chris Cash in the wall, but was he pushed up there by somebody? Looks like him in the 67, the 17. Close quarters there, all kind of going for the same spot on the racetrack, and Cash, unfortunately, looks like he might have lost a bumper cover, and then that was just a chain of events. Kevin Coleman made it through there, but the 80, the 3, the 67, all victim to that first caution. Let's Brett, could we dial up Chris Cash and see kind of what he saw there? Hey, Chris Cash, Bryson here in the Tier 1 booth. You got me, sir.
Yes, sir. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, so it kind of looked like you guys were all going for the same spot there. What happened from your view?
I mean, I was up against the wall trying to give the bottom lane plenty of room, and I just got ran over. Nowhere else to go. I don't know what happened underneath me either. So.
You guys were through wide there. Chris, obviously, think you guys have a fast repair tonight, but only 12 laps in kind of puts you at a disadvantage, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it is. So I'm just going to have to drive smart, be patient, and save some fuel, really, because we're a little short on fuel between stages. So hopefully we figure it out and run a good race here. So
hate that happened to you, but good luck, man.
Thank you, Bubba.
Chris Cash, driver of the 69. And falls victim. I know sometimes you see it one way whenever you're in that driver's seat, but Chris, whenever he goes back and watches a replay, I bet he'll see they were all just kind of going for the same real estate there, and that happens at these tracks, especially the mile and a half with a dog leg where you're all kind of in unison, almost dancing together, and sometimes you accidentally get your feet tangled up whenever you're dancing. That's exactly what happened there. Yeah, let's pull up Greg and see kind of what he saw there. As we come to the choose cone, and Greg Wood, Bryson here in the Tier 1 booth. You got me, sir?
Sure do.
Hey, so we just talked to Chris Cash, said he thought that he left the bottom enough room there. What'd you see?
I knew I was 3 wide. I don't know if the 17 caught the or what, but yeah, just bad luck. I qualified slow. I don't know how. I qualified with a 6, and then warm up I ran a 4. So I don't know. Seems how my qualifying's going here the past couple of weeks. So I'll take the EOL, and I just gotta pay attention and be patient now because I don't have a fast repair.
All right, Greg Wood on the Tier 1 Studio, Tier 1 Racing League. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
After that caution, we'll have about 14 to go until the stage break. No, 16. I'm sorry. Coming to lap 14. Looks like we had some pits, different things like that. Ramsdell, Honeycutt, Collins, Baker, and Berube. Your top 5. As we'll take a look there. A couple people taking tires. A couple people lost spots. We come to lap 14, pull into the restart zone, and the green flag back out. The 83 with a great restart. Collins from Canyon, Texas. Don't look now, but he's found his way into the top 3. There's a lot of craziness at the back of the field. I was just about to mention cautions breed cautions, and so far, wild back there. But up here at the front, just as wild. Berube there on the bottom trying to make something work. And the 46 will tuck behind him. We are now halfway in stage 1. You mentioned it, fuel strategy. Chris Cash mentioned it, kind of going into this here. Some good cars in the mid to back of the pack. Imagine that caution helped nobody more than it did the number 76 of Madigan, who began this race from pit road after missing the session start. Not what the guy who won 3 races in a row wanted to do, but sometimes it happens. He's up to 11th now. definitely seems like that middle high groove having better luck so far, other than the 83, who has pretty much paced the field so far tonight, as the 51 side by side. And can the 51 clear him? Got a little loose coming off of turn 4, but Ryan Honeycutt will lead lap number 19. The 83 now, unfortunately for him, having to battle the 22. Looks like he might have slipped up a little bit there. Now he's going to have a bumper full of Collins and Eddie Baker right behind him. The 83 pretty much paced the field for 20 laps and now in danger of falling out of the top 5. While that's happening, slowly but surely, the 76 chipping away and right outside the top 5. Although he does have a couple trucks in between him there. The 46 as well as Kevin Coleman in the 00. Hayes right now battling for 7th with your points leader. Looks like Madigan's going to be able to clear Hayes. He does. Great shot there. So while Honeycutt paces the field, Madigan now chipping away at the 00. 2 WFO cars right now in the top 10. Mentioned it in the pre-race, was talking to them. They got to have a good points night. So look for those guys to just try to run a clean race, not necessarily go for the win here. Need points. And again at the back bumper of Eddie Baker. Mentioned that caution helped nobody more than him. Allowed him to get reset with the field. He's driven his way up to 6th. At the back bumper of the 83. Madigan making it look way easier than it is, folks. I promise you. If you've never been on the iRacing simulation, he made that look way easier than it is. And there's the number 30 of Owens. Mentioned him kind of as our dark horse tonight as he's making his way up through the field. Battling with Hayes in the 46. Honeycutt, Berube, Collins, Madigan, Ramsdale, Baker, Coleman, Owens, Hayes, and Chris Cash are top 10. A couple of those guys I just mentioned were involved in that first caution, so able to drive their way up from the back pretty easily. Coming to 2 to go at the line for the 51 Ford of Ryan Honeycutt. running the BJ McLeod all-black look tonight. Got to say, that's probably one of my favorite ways to see a race car. Just sponsorless, sleek. Madigan tries to make his way here at the end of the stage inside the top three. Every point counts in these stages. 22, definitely not going to make it easy on. Madigan and Berube battle out of turn 4. The first 10 laps was the 83, and then Ryan Honeycutt took over and will win stage 1 here at Charlotte. Might have been premature. Madigan may have a chance to slip into second before the end of this stage. It's going to be a battle out of turn 4. Side by side are they. Honeycutt wins the stage, and we'll have to wait and see what the relative says. I believe Madigan got him at the line. And what a drive by the 76 that first stage. Would imagine he's going to make it a race here at NASCAR's home track. We'll take a look at the replay. Madigan going into the grass there. I tell you, that was close. I really do think Madigan by a nose. Great drive by him. This race brought to you by Easy Daybot. Stream smarter, chat better, and grow your community with the Easy Daybot. This innovative Twitch and Discord bot takes interaction to the next level. Keep your audience engaged and connected. Don't just stream. Build a community with Easy Daybot. So we're going to have our first round of, well, not exactly the first round of pit stops. We didn't have that caution earlier, but our first stage-ending pit stops. As the 51 will lead them down pit road. Of course, Madigan did get the pole, so not only was he able to drive his way up to the front, but he's got the best pit stall. Collins beat everybody out by a mile. Got to wonder, maybe he's on some sort of different pit strategy because he was out way before everybody else. Chris Cash with some sort of pit strategy, our biggest mover there. And Producer Brett, not to put you on the spot, but maybe we could try to dial up that number 72. Mr. Collins, this is Bryson Colwell up at the booth. You got me?
I got you, Bryson. How's it going?
It's going good, man. Hey, you're doing even better coming off first there in that round of pit stops. Any strategy there, or did you just have a really good pit crew?
Well, you tell me by where I'm going right now. Yeah, we're gonna try the old Brett Bullard strategy here. How's that sound?
All right. Well, I don't know what that is, but Producer Brett's gonna have to fill me in here in just a minute. So.
Brett is notorious for saving a set of tires for the end of the race. And I'd say about 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work. But I got a good feeling about tonight, so I'm going to give it a shot. But I didn't really want to get in everybody's way here on this restart because I know pretty much everybody else took tires. So going to go ahead and top the tank off here, drop to the back, and just kind of ride for this stage since we got some good stage points there. And hope for a late race caution, see how it goes.
Well, I will definitely. I'm anxious to see how your strategy works out. Hate to tell you, I think the 76 barely got you at the line there in that last stage. But you mentioned it, good points, and looking forward to see how that works out for you. Caleb Collins in the number 72 here on Tier 1 Racing. As that'll give the inside pole to the number 51 of Ryan Honeycutt. Madigan to his outside, the 83, the 69, the 30, and the 84 behind them. As we will race to lap number 60 for stage 2, green flag here at Charlotte. What a restart by the 76. I think it was a legal one. I have to wait and see what the call is there from our admin. They're probably using an admin box tonight, built by iRacers for iRacers in league and hosted races. 3 wide there. Coming out of turn 4. A little early to be 3 wide here in this one. Lap number 36. Creeping into the top 10, or the top 3, is the number 30 of Owens. As he's got Ryan Honeycutt to his outside. A big run by the 30, able to clear Honeycutt. Tell you, Honeycutt looks like something may be off there because he's getting passed by a lot of cars right now, and that's a good truck. Madigan with a bumper full of the 83, if you can't tell. Roll in the bottom of the racetrack, kind of painting the line there. We haven't really seen many people do that tonight, but the 76 able to make it work. Great battle right now, really 3rd through 10th. They're all trading spots right here as they roll through the dog legs. Collins and Chris Cash. We mentioned, we just talked to Collins. He mentioned he was on that save a set of tires strategy. Chris Cash, we saw him gain 10 spots on pit road. I think he's on the same strategy as they're right now, 19 and 21, back in the way back. Going to ride around. Whoa, the 51 on the apron, slides all the way up to the racetrack, and we got cars in the wall. That's going to put the caution out. Lap 40, that all started with the 51. Kind of like you saw happen to Kyle Larson this week. Rode the elevator, had no control after going under that, or going under the line, and wow, Eddie Baker took a ride. Those were 2 separate incidents, really. You see the 76 got to his left rear tire, and man, Eddie is lucky that one didn't end up going upside down. A lot of cars and trucks flying around as he'll take the number 3 into the driver's side door. Let's see if we can get a big aerial shot of that wreck. Wow. Pretty much the whole top 10. As it begins in second, third, and then fifth with Honeycutt. And it's just weird. Sometimes you have a chain reaction, not even related to each other. We saw what happened to Eddie Baker. Now let's look at kind of what happened here in this middle pack. So we saw Honeycutt get loose on the apron, got up into the 35. That sent Kevin Coleman spinning, and just a big chain reaction. The 17 there, I believe he already used a fast repair. And now we got a lot of cars, trucks, that have used their fast repair. And after a wreck like that, might need to go see the wrap surgeon. If you need a fresh look for your ride or brand, Wrap Surgeon has you covered. From stunning car paints to eye-catching logos, they will make your vision come to life. Wrap Surgeon, where credibility meets precision. We're coming to you live on Tier 1 Studio and the Tier 1 Truck Series. As I love to call it, tits. As we've got the Choose camera lined up for you. Caution number 3 if you include the stages. Let's see. I know we're coming to 1 to go. Let's dial up the 84 if we can, just real quick. And back, way at the back. Hey, Eddie Baker, it's Bryson in the booth. You got me, sir.
I got you, buddy.
Hey, you kind of took a ride there. Didn't go quite upside down. Almost saved it, and then took a driver side hit. What happened there from your view?
I don't know. I don't know if we're all trying to save fuel, if they're checking up to save tire, or what the heck's going on, but they keep slowing down way too aggressively on the inside line, so I tried to pull the power move on the outside. 83 come up to block it, and then the 76 just straight drove into my quarter panel. And I did have it saved after a little brief moment in flight, and after the whole truck stalled and came to a stop, somebody drove into the side of me again. So I'm back here, damage fixed, didn't use a quickie, and see if we can drive through it with flat spots.
Didn't use a fast repair, might need it later, as Eddie Baker's back in the back. We're going back green here. Tier 1 Truck Series. We've got some peeved drivers. We just talked to one with Eddie Baker, and they hate to shove a microphone in their face right after a wreck, but sometimes it makes for good TV, right? The 83 and the 30, we mentioned him, his league debut, and he'll lead a lap. It took 45 laps, but the 30 has found his way to the front. Not sure if the 76 might have gotten a little more damage than expected off of that contact with Eddie Baker, but he has slipped back outside the top 5. Honeycutt making his way back up there as well. And the number 67 10X Health Toyota. I believe that is Woods. He wants to battle for the lead. Kind of a four-way battle right now. 2x2x2 on lap 47. Advantage to the 30. He'll dip down to the bottom side. Then float back up to protect the top. That time the 30, the 22, the 83, the 67, and had somebody in the wall in 5th place. I believe that's the number 80. Might have gotten into the wall just a little bit. Didn't seem to affect him much as now he wants to dance. The 22 of Berube will slip into the lead. Lead his first lap of the race. Very impressed with how many lead changes we've had so far tonight. This mile and a half really racy this evening. A great setup from McConey. And a great job by the admins putting together a good weather package as well. These cars able to pass very nicely tonight. As we'll come to 10 to go here in the stage. Berube leads 2 in a row. We see the 6 car, or the truck, kind of Woods, making his way to 8th. Haven't really talked about him a lot tonight. Slipping his way into the top 10 after a couple wrecks. Of course, I mentioned the flu going around with everybody. Not sure what sickness exactly the number 6 is battling tonight, but driving right now a little under the weather. Of course, in virtual racing, you can't have a backup driver on standby like they do in the bigs. You got to do what you got to do to get those points in. This is the 22. Berube likes what he's seeing right now. The 30 and the 67 battle. But I tell you, it looks like the 30 is going to have a really good run. And a great job to cut it off by Jordan Berube as the 30 smacked the wall coming out of the turn. Saw from that great camera angle. Whoa. Definitely some contact there between the 67 and the 30. As the 30 was sideways, that's going to open the door for the 83 and the 83 and the 76. Trying to poke their way into the top 3. Not sure if the 67 just ran out of room, got impatient, got loose. Not sure what happened. Yeah, just got right into the back of him. And the 30 is lucky that he didn't fly through the turf. And ultimately hurt the 67 more than it did the 30. Got Madigan to his inside, and Madigan now battling for 3rd. Madigan with 4 laps left, just like the last stage, trying to battle his way into a P2. Not sure how Owens did not lose the second position after being darn near sideways coming out of turn 4 with his back wheels off the ground. As he will lose it now, the 76 has worked his way up to second and will challenge Berube with 2 to go here in the stage, coming to the line. Ruby from top to bottom all over trying to block the 76, but I tell you folks, I think that Madigan has a good race truck tonight, as he's had the past 4 weeks. Running into some lap traffic of Eddie Baker as Kevin Coleman, I'm sorry. .22 just not able to hold off the 76. He began the race in the pits, watched the field go by him and take the green flag, caught a break with a lap 10 caution. He finished second in stage number 1 and about a half a lap from a stage 2 victory. Your points leader, Madigan, takes stage number 2 here at Charlotte. What a drive by him. As we will have our 4th caution. And we will cut to commercial here on Tier 1 Racing League. Stage 3 coming out.
Take your Twitch and Discord experience to the next level? Introducing Easy Daybot, your ultimate bot for seamless interaction. Whether you're live on Twitch or chatting on Discord, Easy Daybot's dynamic responses open up a whole new world of possibilities. Engage with your community like never before through unique prompts, custom reactions, and endless fun. It's the bot that understands you. Make every day an Easy Day download now at easydaybot.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Makoni.
We now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome to the Tier 1 Racing League, where precision, competition, and innovation come together to create the ultimate iRacing experience. Every race, every battle, and every moment in T1TS, T1L, T1X, and special events is brought to you by Tier 1 Studios, the premier destination for professional high-quality broadcasts. Tune in and experience racing like never before. Explore everything we have to offer at Tier1RacingLeague.com. From race schedules and standings to event galleries and league signups, it's all there at your fingertips. Join the competition, watch the action, be part of the legacy. Tier 1 Racing League, where champions are made.
And back here with you on the Tier 1 Truck Series. Monday night action in the Tier 1 Racing League. Madigan won Stage 2 after beginning the race on pit road. So he's 1-2 in the stages so far. Finish P2 Stage 1. And I guess the 17 either didn't hit or something like that. Maybe took 2 tires, maybe took no tires. As now we're going to see him dip off. And that will send the 76 to the lead. So pretty much exactly how we saw Stage 2 end up is how we're running on the track right now. We'll see your choose camera. Whoa! And had a choose gone wrong with the 80 car going around. Looked like he got some damage. Take a look there. Looked like he broke a tire or something. Oh, that's what happened. Never mind. Sometimes it'd be like that. Jared Callan, I think that is in the 26. And the 80. Albeit, if you're the 26, you're not usually expecting somebody to come to a complete stop. As a wild view for Chris Cash, the owner of Cash's Custom 3D Printing, where your vision becomes reality. Check them out on Facebook. Support a small business and see some of their amazing work. Cash's Customs. Well, we've ran 60. We got another 60 to go as Stage 3 is underway. You saw there from the choose camera that looked like the inside line definitely preferred as we get into the night. Great restart for the 76. Whoa, and the 30. Oh, man. Thought he kept it out of the wall and unfortunately overcorrected. Darn near the save of the season. Take a look at this replay. Looked like he had that wheel turned right for just a little too long. Man, I can't believe it didn't hit the wall right there. Couldn't get it back corrected the other way. Oh, and what a ride for the 46 as he goes nearly upside down. Collins takes a ride through the turf. And the 84, we talked to him earlier. He was caught up in that wreck. Barely missed that one, as did the 35. Wow, what a ride for him. As everybody takes a ride through the grass. A lot of wrecked race trucks coming to pit road. Join us tomorrow night here on the Tier 1 Racing League, the Tier 1 Legend Car Series at one of my favorite tracks, Pensacola, Florida, Five Flags Speedway. That one kicks off 8:45, 7:45 Central. You can see the Legends cars winding down their season. Only a couple races left. Lanier and Lucas Oil to round out the season. One of the most fun cars here on iRacing, and it only makes sense that Eric Sellers would be leading that series. Used to race with him over on Saturday mornings. I believe that's our 6th caution of the night if you include the stages. The 76 will take the top. And surprisingly, the 67 went with him. And the 22 says, sure, I'll take the inside row on the front. And we had a caution-free choose there. That's good. So, interesting strategy for the 76 and the 67, making way for the 22 and the 51 trucks that have led this race tonight. As I imagine, the 67 probably doesn't want us to see what he's got under the hood there. Well, Producer Brett, I know that we can't, copyright infringe or anything like that, so I'm not gonna use I'm not gonna use the word crank, or I'm not gonna use the word it or up, but I think we're gonna maybe take a listen to some trucks here as we are back under green here at Charlotte. Big battle for the lead as the 22 and the 76 swapped lanes on that lap. Oh, and it looked like the 22 disappeared for a second. And the 76 with a bumper full of woods. How about the 66 truck up here tonight? Really the first time he's been inside the top 5. And on our camera screen from Athens, Texas, John Garrett in the 66 Chevrolet. Whoa! As got some folks sideways. No green. Or whoa! I was going to say we're still green. As the caution will come out. Looked like we had everybody at the front, they saved it, but like the 80 spun at the back. I mean, the 76 pretty much completely sideways. That kind of a combination of taking a bump from the 67 and a bad side draft from the 22 worked out for the 66. The track opened up for him. They all save it, but the 6 took a ride, and then that's where the 80 also took one. Poor Kevin Coleman hadn't caught a break all night. I believe that's probably the 3rd wreck that he's involved in. And then a big shot in the back there for the 65 and the 35. Another big wreck on lap number 72 makes way for the 22 Chevrolet with Jordan Berube to take the lead. Yeah, and that's a great idea. Let's pull John Garrett up here. John Garrett, Bryson Colwell up here in the booth. You got me, man?
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, man, so I know sometimes they say if you're in the hornet's nest, you might get stung, but it's got to be fun being on the front row right now.
Yeah, luckily I chose to charge there on that restart and kind of got around the mess that happened. Looked like 76 got loose on the bottom and hit the leader and choked them all up there, but luckily I was on the outside. Yeah, it came from way back. Hopefully I can stay up here and make the right pit choice here in a little bit.
So what is going to be the right pit choice, do you think, here coming up, John?
Well, you're going to want to put tires on as late as possible, so just depends what happens with cautions here.
As we come to the Tombstone, good luck, John Garrett. Hope you get a good run here. From Athens, Texas, driving that Athens screen printing Chevrolet. Getting a little tongue-tied. As he will go to the top with the 22, and the 76 will go to the bottom. So opposite kind of what we saw last time. As that's how the 22 and the 66 got up front. Well, we're racing to lap 120, nearing the 80s. And we've had quite a few cautions. A lot of good saves tonight. I have a feeling this is not the last time that we're going to have a restart here in the Tier 1 Truck Series at Charlotte. Pace car will dip away. 22 will lead us to the green flag. Great restart for Berube. Usually it seems like we've seen Madigan get the advantage on those, as Honeycutt and Madigan will take over 2 and 3 from John Garrett, who we just spoke to. And we're going to have another caution off the bumper of the 84. The 30 took a wild ride. So take a look at that. But, I mean, pretty much just, if you watch here, the 84 goes to take the inside. Battle for 6th. Keep waiting to really see. Can't tell from that angle if it was net code or if they got together. Boy, that's the third time tonight that we've seen a truck get a lot of air here at Charlotte, and track not particularly known for folks going upside down, but something in the air tonight. I'm going to try to get another angle, I think, see if this was net code or contact. Going to be a good angle, I think. As Eddie just creeped into him. Definite contact. As Paul already been involved in one wreck tonight. Imagine he had to use his fast repair, and not going to be good for the 30. Yeah, let's see if we can dial him up. Mr. Owens, this is Bryson Colwell in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's your debut tonight, and you've taken a couple of wild rides. Can you walk me through that one?
No clue. I know I got spun and I said, oh no, and I didn't hit anything.
Looked like you and the 84 might have gotten together there. Not necessarily sure what happened on our end, but you think you're going to be okay enough to finish this one out?
Oh yeah, we'll be good. It'll a lot of time left here. We're fine.
That's the number 30, Paul Owens, making his debut tonight. Has put on a show so far. Hopefully you can get back up front, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
He will go ahead and dip into pit road, try to fix some of that damage. Of course, Chris Cash mentioned it earlier. Fuel going to be a problem tonight and have some people on pit road to top off. So Berube, Madigan, Garrett, Honeycutt, Wood, Cash, Naren, Callan, Ramsdale, and Woods, your top 10. We talked to Collins earlier, kind of on some pit strategy. He's back in 13th. And Eddie Baker involved in that last crash. He's in 14th. Owens back to 16th after getting spun. And we do have a couple drivers out, no longer on the racetrack from 19th on back. Berube took the top again. Madigan and Honeycutt took the bottom. Garrett gladly took the outside of row 2. See, Madigan can get a better restart this time. We're back underway. A shove for the 22. I think he might have spun the tires. Madigan with a big run on the bottom. And the 22 going to try to cross him over here. Just don't know if he's got the room with Honeycutt, and Honeycutt with the advantage. As we come to 40 to go here at Charlotte. Three-way battle for the lead right now. Truly, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 cars trying to trade for it. Berube with a really good race truck because he's got some good drivers around him, and he has been able to stay up there. Chris Cash, we've talked about him a couple times tonight, trying to fight his way into the top 5, battling with Garrett right now. Was involved in that first caution of the night. Oh, and speaking of caution, we got a 1-car spin. Will that bring out the caution? It does. We'll take a look here. I think that was the 35 and the 00. Just has not been either one of those guys' nights. I thought it was 1 car, but I only saw the white car truck. I'm sorry, I've done that a lot tonight. The white truck of Kevin Coleman spinning. And it looks like just wrong place, wrong time for the 00. The 30, is it the 35? Yeah, the 35 of Wes Fuller. Loose coming off turn 2. and collected Coleman with him. And a ride for the 35, I might add. He spun pretty much a whole straightaway. Now getting to the point, 35 laps to go. We're going to see some pit strategy come into play here. Producer Brett just mentioned it, but looks like the field is split. So the 76, the 51, the 67, all in that round. Still definitely some fast cars at the front. Take a look here at the pit strategy. Last time, 21 laps ago, I believe. What that means. Berube pitted. Wells Garrett. Ramsdale and Woods. Owens. Collins. Baker, all within 11 laps or so. Chris Cash mentioned it earlier. Fuel strategy definitely going to be a big factor here. Want to remind everybody to check out the merch store at streamlabs.com/tier1studio/merch. Awesome gear to show your support in Tier 1 and all the efforts that go into making these races broadcast possible. You don't see what you want? Ask them. They can create items just for you. All profits go directly into the league, helping them keep the action alive. Shop now and rep Tier 1 Racing in style. Speaking of fundraising and different things like that, join us for a special event. This is going to be a blast. Who doesn't love super speedway racing, right? The T1RL Fundraiser 400 at Talladega. That's coming up here next week, March the 8th, 2025 at noon, 11 Eastern, 11 Central, right here on Tier 1 Studio. And Brett, what kind of vehicles is that going to be? It is going to be Gen 6. So that ought to be fun. Who needs your sequential shifting, right? As we're back under green here, the 22 probably likes what he sees right now, in that he doesn't have a bumper full of the 76 as he has most of the race. John Garrett holding his own right now. We just spoke to him a couple cautions ago. Sounded pretty excited to be up at the front. Really, everyone in this race tonight at some point been inside the top 10. We got a car all the way to the inside. That's the Sticks truck of Woods. As it looks like the 22 and the 66 are going to battle for the lead. Advantage 22 at the line. Garrett trying to lead some laps here as we come to 30 to go here in just a few. Eddie Baker has fought his way into the top 5, trying to get to the bumper of the 30. He wants to lead this thing. Advantage 22 again at the line. With the cautions and everything tonight, we've seen a lot of side-by-side racing. I tell you, a lot more side-by-side racing than you're used to. Usually at these mile-and-a-halfs where they normally get pretty strung out. They have 3 wide there for a second. The debut tonight for the 30 truck. He's gone around twice, been head first into the wall a couple times, and he's battling for the lead right now. Of course, that 84 was upside down at one point. We've seen the 83 in the wall. Pretty much everybody's gotten a taste of it tonight. Ruby and Owens side by side out of turn 4. Advantage 22. Tell you, he's got something working with that outside line coming to the line. .22 will go down to block the inside line, back up to block the 84, and marginally leads that one. As Eddie Baker will take over second position. Top 3 is Owens. Ruby leading this thing. Lost stage 2 by a couple laps to the 76 of Madigan. Worked his way back up on pit strategy. This battle for the lead is going to heat up if Eddie Baker has anything to do with it. Collins, we talked to him earlier. He's back up here in the mix. Saved some tires for the end of the race was his strategy. He called it the Brett Bullard strategy. Is it going to work out tonight, Brett? It's probably not. Gotta love an optimistic producer, right? 26 to go here on Tier 1 Racing. And if you thought for a minute that we were done having cautions, I promise you, we're not. The 84's been trying to do this all night, side by side for the lead with Berube. He's got some help from the 83, but he's going to have to clear a really fast race truck in Jordan Berube and squeezes him to take the lead. Berube going to try the crossover here. .24 to go at the line, and his first lap led of the race for the 84. Take a look here. The battle for 7th between Wood and Chris Cash in the 69. Collins in there as well in 6th. Honeycutt and the 26 as well back there. A great stage 2 for Honeycutt, but unfortunately just not able to run up there with the front of the pack in this one. And we'll see the 22, the 51, and I believe the 76 all on the same strategy tire-wise. Will dip off the pit road. I just mentioned how Honeycutt on a different strategy than the leaders. You got to love when there's a little bit of competition going on, not only on the track, but on pit road. We'll see some more cars dip off. Probably needs to pack a new lip. Couple 2 milligrams to get back out on the track. Oh! That's going to be a caution and not what the 84 wanted right there. Oh, no. Getting back onto the racetrack after pit stops, him and the 17 got together. I don't think Eddie saw him up there. Head first into the wall after leading for the 84. Wow. A caution right there is really going to mess up some pit strategy, folks. Got a lot of people that are going to be a lap down. Up to 9th place. Wood will be our lucky dog, I believe. And the 17, who was involved in that one, was running P3 at the time. I'll have a lot of folks get the wave around. That's going to put the number 30 truck, his debut tonight, in first place with 16 to go. Our 9th caution of the night, Eddie Baker coming off pit road. Contact with the 17 and goes head first into the wall. Probably ends his night. You hate to see it. And those 3 trucks, the 22, the 76, and the 51, saw them pit together on the same lap. They're going to be up there in the top 5 altogether. Callan in the 26 will round out your top 5. The 99, the 44, the 67, the 17, and the 83 round out your top 10. Producer Brett, was that going to be our last caution of the night? The optimistic producer says doubt it. Choose camera here. A lot of very varying strategy on that one. Some of those guys will be getting the wave, the first 5 or 6 cars. So 15 to go. We've got split strategy on pit road. We have quite a few cars a lap down. The guy who was leading it before peeling into pit road, Eddie Baker, is the one who brought out the caution, taking a nosedive into the inside retaining wall. And just like that, we've got a whole different set of folks in the lead. Green flag back out here at Charlotte. As the 51 gives a shot to the new guy, says, hey, I've been here already. Get out of here. And the 76, 3 weeks in a row, he has won and got a caution on the racetrack. Have to go back and see what this is for. Kind of mid-pack to 5th. See the 99 starting to get loose. And then the 26 steps out on him. Ooh, caught a little air as well. 10th caution of the night. I just got a text message from Eddie Baker, and typical driver, right? They blame the spotter, so that's pretty funny. I bet Tab Boyd's spotting for him. I believe we'll have right around 11:10 to go when we catch the next green flag. What a great setup we've had tonight. Just another shout out, McConey Setup Shop, McConeySetupShop.com, the official setup shop of eNASCAR. Subscriptions available for as low as $8 a month, and they are also the official series sponsor of the C-Class Truck Series Fixed Series. And what a job by them putting together this setup this week. Had a lot of battling. This has kind of been reminiscent of what we saw this week with the Atlanta package. Obviously, not the same package, not the same style as the choose cone, I guess, is now down there at the way bottom of the apron. There was no doubt where the 76 was lining up for this restart. For sure. He's going to the inside. The 30 will not follow him. We've got teammates all lined up around each other, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Should be pretty interesting here. Tend to go at the line. Of course, it would end up like this, right? The guy who's won 3 weeks in a row lined up to his outside. The guy who has not raced all season in the Tier 1 Truck Series. And a guy that's on probation behind him. Pace car dips off. 10 to go here at Charlotte. Had a couple trucks not get a very good restart. Advantage to the 76 and the 51. And Honeycutt drove it in way deep. And he will lead that lap. 8 to go. 9 to go, sorry. A great drive tonight for the 22 truck as he wants to get up there and dance. Leave. Ruby right on that cutoff line points-wise. We only take 8 drivers in the playoff. He's in 7th. A win would put him in. The 51 also winless this season, nearing that cutoff line. They know what they're battling for. The 76 got to be a little careful here. You want to get the win, but you don't want to piss off guys that are going to be racing you in the championship. And the 51, that's exactly what he wants to see right now. The 22, the 76, and the 67 battling it out. Three-way battle for second has allowed for the 51 to get a pretty sizable lead, but no lead's been safe tonight. Love to know exactly how many lead changes we've had. Probably, I would say at least 15 to 20. Now a side-by-side battle for third. That'll allow for the 76 to set his sights on the 51 with 5 to go. Got a car all the way on the bottom lane of the racetrack. Not sure what that was. No caution. As the 67 gets into the wall, 3 to go. That'll open it. Now, for the first time tonight, really seeing these guys get strung out, typical mile-and-a-half fashion. Not to beat a dead horse, but I've mentioned it a couple times tonight, the 51 of Ryan Honeycutt. He is serving a 3-race probation. Had a pretty rough one at Bristol. And has come out here tonight, raced clean, and put his truck in the lead with 1 to go. Madigan just not going to have enough truck to get there tonight. Jordan Berube, a good run for him in P3. And out of turn 4, he's locked himself into the playoffs. Ryan Honeycutt takes the 4th spot in the playoff hunt and wins here at Charlotte. Madigan comes in second. Berube in third. We'll have the Honeycutt and the top 3 here in just a moment after this break.
To take your Twitch Discord experience to the next level, introducing Easy Daybot, your ultimate bot for seamless interaction. Whether you're live on Twitch or chatting on Discord, Easy Daybot's dynamic responses open up a whole new world of possibilities. Engage with your community like never before through unique prompts, custom reactions, and endless fun. It's the bot that understands you. Make every day an Easy Day download now at easydaybot.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Makoni.
We now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at McConeySetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at McConey Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome to the Tier 1 Racing League, where precision, competition, and innovation come together to create the ultimate iRacing experience. Every race, every battle, and every moment in T1TS, T1L, T1X, and special events is brought to you by Tier 1 Studios, the premier destination for professional high-quality broadcasts. Tune in and experience racing like never before. Explore everything we have to offer at Tier1RacingLeague.com. From race schedules and standings to event galleries and league signups, it's all there at your fingertips. Join the competition, watch the action, be part of the legacy. Tier 1 Racing League, where champions are made.
Back here with you on Tier 1 Racing League, the Tier 1 Truck Series. Got the winner, Ryan Honeycutt. Ryan, it's got to feel good, man. I know you're on probation right now. You came out here, ran a really clean race, really weren't involved in any wrecks, and come out with your first win of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about clean race. I feel like, being on probation was probably definitely helped me this week because I'm telling you, I got ran over by about everybody. I got doored down the straightaways for no reason, but I guess I just had to keep calm, and I guess I'll just let everybody beat up on me for 2 more weeks. So I don't know. It's very frustrating. You try to race people clean, and you just get moved out the way and doored down the straightaway, but ended up not mattering. faster cars, prevail, especially when they don't have fender damage from dooring people. So ended up after me and Joseph pitted with like 40 to go or something because we just didn't like the way it was going, and they were just beating and banging too hard. So we just went to the back and tried to pit on that green flag stop, and we literally just unlapped ourselves before we got a caution and put us to the front, and we teammate restarted. And Joseph told me after Las Vegas, he told me if I ever got in front of him with 10 to go that he would lock my bumper and push me, and he did that. So glad that it was worth pushing him to the win at Vegas. So it was good to come out. So I guess now now we'll have to race it out. I don't think I'll get any more free ones after that.
Ryan Honeycutt, his first win of the season, and hey, one positive out of the night, you are in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's definitely a positive. So I don't have to sit here and worry about points now. We can go for try and get stage playoff points from winning stages and winning races. So we can try different strategies now and see how it goes. Don't really have to worry about being up front all race. So I don't know, it'll be fun. Hopefully Auto Club will be pretty fun. I imagine it's going to be pretty drafty. So hopefully people can figure out where their cars are and where we don't have as much dooring going on there. So
Ryan Honeycutt with his first win of the season, and congratulations, man.
thank you.
P1 for him. We'll pull in the teammate here. 3 weeks in a row, you got the win, but I guess P2 will do just about as good, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a points day at the end of the day. I mean, can't complain with second, especially that a teammate won. I mean, solid race for me, especially with all that I had to overcome. Missing the start and then coming down a couple times down pit road where I didn't mean to. So having to drive through the field several times and definitely didn't expect to be here, but we'll take it.
So he just mentioned it. Ryan did. He mentioned he pushed you to the win at Vegas, and seemed like you guys maybe talked about if that was the situation that you got into, that you were going to lock bumpers, and almost went exactly like you planned.
Yeah, no, we drew that one up. I mean, I wanted to race him, but he on the 4 or 5 laps that we ran right after we pitted around lap 100. My plan was to push as hard as I could, and I was gonna tow him along with the draft, and he was gonna save his stuff, and maybe we would have something for the 22 at the end. But caution came out late, and that set us up for a different set of circumstances, and we both just took. I think that we just took whatever lane the 22 didn't, and I think I got a good restart powered around him, and thought the top was gonna have better drive off, and he went around me. So yeah, I mean, can't complain. We're both locked in now, so I guess we're gonna look forward towards the playoffs, and we're gonna go get it.
Well, you mentioned it, Joseph. 2 of the 4 winners so far this year, teammates, and locked into the playoffs. So now they can do some points racing, and that's got to be nice. So, congratulations to Joseph, Ryan, and their team, the Ford Camp, on a nice race. And we'll talk to you guys next week at Auto Club.
Sounds good. See you then. Have a good one.
P3 tonight, Jordan Berube joining us in the broadcast booth. I know it wasn't exactly what you wanted, Jordan, but a good run there, and P3.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that one slipped away a little bit, and a little bit of bad luck, because if that caution hadn't come out right after we pitted under green, I felt like I had a good shot at holding them off.
Seemed like you got a couple good restarts there, and then you mentioned at that last restart, looked like maybe you spun the tires or something like that.
Yeah, a little bit of that, and I just didn't get that good of a jump on the start, and then I spent a couple laps trying to get by the 30, so that kind of put me a little bit further back, and just had to try to catch back up there.
Well, so we've talked to 2 drivers so far that are locked into the playoffs. Explain what it's like going into a couple weeks left here in the regular season, not being locked in. What's the pressure like?
Man, I'm really wanting to get a win so I can lock my spot in there, and I was really hoping that tonight was that night. But there's still a couple tracks coming up that'll be bit of a crapshoot, especially IRP. So we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. But luckily, I've gained a decent gap over the bubble.
Well, P3 tonight for 22. Good luck next week, sir.
All right. Thank you, Bryson.
And producer Brad, I believe that's going to wrap it up for me. So a huge win tonight for the 51. And be sure to join us this week on the Legends series. We're going to have a great time here coming up. I believe that's tomorrow. Tomorrow night, the Legends right here on Tier 1 Studio. And Brett, if you don't have anything else, I'm good, man. We're going to get out of here. And thank you guys so much for joining us. Tune in next week. Auto Club Speedway. It's the Tits on Tier 1 Racing.